All right, guys, what's going on? What is going on? Welcome to the Jim of All Trades channel. Glad you made it by. My name is Jim. I'm a crypto trader and a Forex trader here to help you understand the market from an Elliott Wave perspective. And today is Sunday Night Charts. Welcome. Welcome, guys. Good to see you guys. Now, listen, I'm in Virginia. I don't have my same setup here, so I'm doing the best I can at my dad's house. My dad is not well, and I'm here in Virginia using his computer. I went and bought a $30 microphone at Walmart tonight because the mic he had was no good. So hopefully this mic is good. Let me know in the comments, guys. I got the comments pulled up on my phone. And I've got the chart. Won't have a picture of me. Won't have any video of me tonight because I don't have that set up. But hopefully you guys are well. And let me know if you can hear me well. And if you can see the screen okay. Audio, video doing okay. Let me know. Looks okay on my phone. I'm not listening, though. Let me see if I can hear myself on the phone here. Yeah, I hear myself on the phone. Looks all right. So, all right, cool. All right, guys. Well, listen. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go through the charts tonight. We're gonna go through Bitcoin. We're gonna hit the macro. We're gonna hit the micro. Wave structures, guys. I'm an Elliott Waves. I'll tell you what. I made a mistake of reading somebody's some jerk's comment on my channel. It kind of put me in a bad mood a little bit. Right before I watched, I logged in tonight. Sorry, so I'll try not to be in a bad mood, but I get tired of ignorant comments of people. Silly comments of people who watch maybe 5 minutes of my technical analysis and think they know what I believe or what I'm saying or not saying, and just make stupid comments on my videos. Sometimes, guys, it is not fun. Making YouTube videos. It is not fun. But you guys who are here, you guys make it fun. So thank you. Appreciate y'all. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at the micro. We're going to look at the macro chart. I'm an Elliott Wave trader. That means I look at the market. It's not the only way I look at the market, but I do pay attention to what we call wave structure. And in the wave structure, guys, waves create patterns of 5s and 3s, and we put those together in ways that Mr. Elliott found out in the early 1900s that the market does repetitively over and over and over. And anyway, the short of it is, it's a great Elliott Wave theory is a great theory to apply to modern markets, and it gives you a sense for where price might be going. That being said, it's not the end all and be all of TA, but it is a piece of the puzzle that a lot of people do not apply, and it's something my channel is kind of devoted to. I kind of devote the channel to the study of the Elliott Wave structure of the crypto market. So if that's what I can offer to the world, there you go. That's what I've got to give you. So hopefully everything is good as far as audio video is concerned. Again, I already checked that, and you guys are saying yes, it's perfect, good. Hopefully the mic sounds okay. And if I sit this far from the mic, is that good? Do I need to turn the mic up or down? Let me know if I need to or not. So with that said, thank you guys for the well wishes and any prayers you can give. Any intercession you might give on my family's behalf, that'd be great. At the end of the day, guys, our hope is not in this world, guys. Everybody is going to face death, and we all will. And my dad may be facing those things sooner than later. And that's hard. That's definitely hard. But we have a better hope than that. But we have a God who overcomes death by the resurrection of His Son Jesus. So that is my hope, guys, and that is my Father's hope as well. So. All right, with that said, here's the way tonight's going to go. What I'm going to do is show you Bitcoin from a macro perspective. We're going to look at the current wave structure and say, okay, based on the wave structure, what might the market do next? Okay? Once we see that, once we look at what the market might do on a macro scale, we're then going to look at the micro or the smaller time frames and say, okay, what might be this week's trade? What might the market do this week? What could the wave structure do on a smaller time frame so we can make some trades? And we're going to get ready for our trades this week. So we'll look at Bitcoin, we'll look at Ethereum, we'll look at XRP, ADA, we'll look at the DXY, the dollar index. We'll also look at the S&P 500. I've got Tesla pulled up as well. And maybe if we have time and energy, we'll do some analysis of any stocks, guys, that you guys want me to look at. I'd love to look at stocks or even Forex pairs. I'd love to look at some Forex pairs for you. I am a Forex trader as well. All right. With that said, guys, let's rock and let's look at the market. Okay. Don't forget, I'm not here to give you financial advice. Just how I see the chart and where I see price going. Okay. But that's all I'm here to do. All right, guys, here we go. All right, so we're looking at Bitcoin here. We're looking at the macro chart. We'll say, okay, we got waves here. We've got waves. We've got wave structure here. You say, okay, what is the current wave structure here? What's going on in this wave right here? What is the wave structure? Well, I would say it was back in November of last year, as this wave was developing right here. I've been calling for a very common wave structure in the market, what we call a flat. And I have been calling for a fast and furious move of the market to get to around $50,000. It started off pretty well, but this current move, guys, has got me looking a little differently at the market. I'm kind of backing off of the fast and furious move because of how long this wave is taking. Now, it doesn't mean it can't go up there. It just means that I'm thinking it is much less likely at this stage to go up in the fast and furious manner that I've been anticipating, especially considering last week's dump to the downside and breaking of key levels. All right, what I have been looking for, and my primary wave structure that I've been operating on, is I've been looking at this as a flat, and I've been expecting this to come on up here to these levels, okay, somewhere around 43K, at least 43K. But this wave structure is not lending itself to me to be fantastic in getting us there, though it's not ruled out and it's not impossible. It's just, oh man, I don't like it as much. So we're going to talk about it tonight. Okay, we're going to look at it. So what I've been anticipating is what we call a flat in an Elliott world. What a flat is, especially an expanded flat, is where you have a three-wave correction right there, followed by another three-wave correction right there, which takes out the low. That's an expanded flat when it takes out the low of the previous three waves, and then it shoots up very quickly in 5 waves. Okay, and that's what we got. That's actually what we had. Let me show you what I'm here. So this began kind of slow around Christmas time or whatever, but once it got out of this, it started shooting up pretty quick. Okay. And moving up like this. And basically that structure there is 5 waves. This could be the flat right there. That could be the flat right there. That's 3 waves. That's a 3, 3, 5. That could be the flat. That's it. That's done. That might be the flat that I was looking for, and rather than an extended flat. However, because this was making what it was making, I was considering this as a 1-2 of the C wave, looking at for a 3, 4, and a 5. And it was looking good. It was looking good. We had this impulse here. I was looking for a 3-wave pullback and then a continuation, boom, 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 like that. And I was looking at this as a 1-2, 1-2. Now, that 1-2, 1-2 isn't necessarily invalid, but I think it's a lot less likely at this stage. Okay, A lot less likely at this stage because of how long this is taking to play out. This is taking too long. Okay, I would think that if we're in a third wave, this being a wave 1 and a wave 2, and now we're in a third wave, that this wave 2 would be faster and more furious, be much more quick to play out, with a third wave of the third wave starting to move fast and furious to the upside, a lot faster than the previous wave, okay? Because the third wave of the third wave is the doozy. It's the big one. It's the wave that is gigantic. It's the one that goes up and it seems like it's never going to stop. Now, that's not invalid, okay? My problem is our wave structure is starting to get a little bit too big, and they're starting to take lows out, and they're starting to get me to doubt that that's what's actually happening, especially since that this wave 2 in the proposed 1-2-1-2 is larger and much more greater in time than this wave 2 of the larger degree. So this is not only a larger wave 2 in this scenario, it's larger than the higher degree wave 2, which gets me bothered. So in other words, I'm looking at this thinking, man, this thing has gotten too big in time and in the largeness of the wave. I'm starting to lose. I've about lost my love and feeling for that being a wave 2 of the third wave, which I've been advocating for as my primary option up until last week. Now, and I told you, I said, if we take these lows out, guys, I'm not going to like the upside count of a 1-2-1-2. It doesn't mean it can't go up from here. In fact, there are other wave counts that would and could take us to the upside, but it's not likely that the count is a 1-2-1-2. All right? And that's not as likely. All right? But it's not invalid, technically. I would imagine it's not invalid, okay? Especially if this week, if during this week we get a wave that begins to look like this right here, this week, where over the next 5 days we start making higher highs and we start impulsing to the upside and we start breaking through levels. The first level I want to see broken. Okay? I want to see this trend line broken right here on price. I want to see that broken to the upside. I want to see the RSI trend that we have here. Let's draw this one right there. Okay? This RSI trend, momentum trend, I want to see that broken to the upside on the daily chart. Okay? If we start to see that broken and prices starting to move with some volatility to the upside, I'm going to consider saying, hey, maybe my 1-2-1-2 count is still in play and it might be playing out. Okay, so it's not invalid, but I'm just looking at it from a technician standpoint, from an Elliott Wave standpoint, and I'm thinking, man, if this doesn't start going this week, and this rolls over, makes some more lows, then I'm going to abandon that count. I'm having a hard time completely abandoning that count. However, I'm losing my affinity, and I have lost about at least 50% of my affinity for the 1-2-1-2 count to the upside. But let's just at least consider it for a moment, and let's talk about, what it could be if that's a 1-2-1-2. Number one, I really want to see this get up and go this week, okay, if this is a 1-2-1-2. I really don't want to see this take out the low again, though it technically still could. if it hits the low again, I'm going to feel even less like the 1-2-1-2 is in play. Okay? I'm going to feel even less like that. I'm not going to like it even less. What's up, Seth and Chemo? How's the renovation going there in Michigan? Greetings from Virginia, by the way. And there's 53 of you here. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm really glad you stopped by. If you don't mind hitting the like button, let other people know to come join us, and we can have some fun. And I'll keep giving you what I'm thinking about the macro wave structure here and where price might be going for Bitcoin. All right. So anyways, so that's it. I'm just talking about my thought processes as an Elliott Wave trader and as I look at this wave structure. So if we roll over and take out another low, I'm going to feel even less like the 1-2-1-2 is in play, because the main reasoning is that this is just taking too long and the wave is getting too big. But technically speaking, from a technical standpoint, the real invalidation of that 1-2-1-2, technically, in all of the technical merits that we can muster up, this is the basic invalidation, a break of this low right here. A break of 19,000, whatever that is. 19.8, 19.9, whatever that is. So a break of this low right here, it is completely off the table that a 1-2-1-2 to the upside is valid. Okay, it's completely off the table. But if we start moving in that direction, I'm going to feel, even before we break that, less affinity, a lot less affinity for that count. But if that count plays, this is what the wave should look like. We should have some kind of, this should be a 1 and a 2. I should be getting a 3, 4, and a 5. And all of that is wave 3 of a larger impulse wave. 1, 2, this is wave 3, 4, 5. Something like that. And that's going to take us up to 55, 60K, no problem. Okay? That's where that count takes us. Okay? A, B, and a really extended C wave. Now, I don't like how extended that is, and that puts price. And so that's another how do I say it? That's another negative tick mark for that. The fact that that's got to get that extended for this to be, for that count to play. So I'm not really liking that count. And so what I want to do now is start talking about some different possibilities that are on the table for Bitcoin and where price might be going. But I did want to start with it because it's been my primary count up to this point, and let you know that because the wave structure is acting like it's acting, if we don't get some volatile upside movement this week, I'm about ready to abandon that count as my primary idea, and I'm going to have to go to secondary ideas. Okay? All right. How are you guys doing? You doing all right with that? So watch a couple of things. If we start getting some volatility to the upside, and the RSI trend on the daily gets broken to the upside, and the price level gets broken to the upside here, we're going to get bullish again. We're going to get bullish, and it could get real bullish. Okay, where we start going up and breaking levels, and this taking months, but we do something like that to finish that wave out. All right. So there's an idea. All right? There's an idea. So what else could we have going on? Okay? What else could we have going on? It is possible to count this wave slightly different, and this is the first time that I have offered this count as a possible count. I'm not a fan of this count, and I'm not a big fan, but I'm going to say, hey, maybe, just maybe, right here, this is a wave 4. That we got a wave 1, a wave 2, okay? And all of this is wave 3. I don't like the wave delineation of it, but let's just say, hey, maybe that's a wave 4. And wave 4 is not finished. Wave 4 could have come down just a little bit deeper. And then what we could do is go up for an extended fifth wave that gets us up here to about my 45K target, which is really where I want price to go from an extension standpoint. From a wave extension standpoint, I like $45,000, $43,000, 43 to 45, depending on how you pull the fibs. That's the area. That's my area of interest, to be honest with you. Coming back up to this level right there. Okay. So if we get some kind of ugly extended fifth wave that takes us up, that might be some kind of a ugly five wave shape that finishes this move to the upside. So we're going to call that an outlier count and say, hey, we've seen ugly impulses from Bitcoin before. This could be an ugly impulse if we start breaking up. Now, we're not calling this a 1-2-1-2 anymore. We're calling this, because of the size of it and where it's coming, we're calling it a wave 4, okay, of a larger impulse. And so the way we would look at the wave then is we'd ultimately look at it as an A, a B, and a C wave that's not finished. We had the 3618 extension up here at the 45K range, okay, and we'd count the wave something like a 1 and a 2. All of that's 3. This is wave 4 that may even come down a little deeper, okay, and then we get a really extended fifth wave. Okay, let me point to you a wave structure that is similar in way. It's not perfect, but it's similar. This one right there. Okay, that wave structure right there gave us kind of, if you want to call this a 5-wave shape there, it kind of gave us a weird and ugly wave 4 in the middle, and then all of a sudden, boom, to the upside, kind of went straight up with some volatility over a very short period of time. It started in September and ended in a month later up here. So it took about a month for that price to get up there. So it is not unreasonable, guys, for us to get a pump that looks like that on the chart over the next month or two. I've been calling for those upper targets anywhere from $45,000 to $55,000. I've been calling for that price action somewhere around summertime since November. I thought it could be as early as March. That didn't play out like I thought. Even though we were looking pretty good right here in March, we were looking good. We kind of stalled out here, so March wasn't the time frame, and it's hard for me to pick a time for sure. But nevertheless, yeah, we could still go up and hit those targets, but we may have a little bit more downside to finish. We'll have to see. We will look. We will look at the small time frame analysis in just a bit. Okay. Yeah, my sound sucks tonight. I have a $30 microphone from Walmart because I didn't want to buy a $100 microphone and I didn't want to carry my microphone on an airplane. I'm here visiting my dad, who is in the hospital and not doing well. So apologies about the sound. Is there any way I can make the sound better? I can turn the gain down or anything. Am I talking too loud? Should I back the gain down a little bit? Let me know. Be glad to do that. Oh, just hit the mic there. Sorry about that. I'm also on my dad's computer, and so I don't have my normal setup. And so I've got the chat on my phone. Jiggle the plug. How about? I mean, I can turn the sound. I can turn the gain down. Here, I just turned the gain down. Tell me if that's any better. Is it buzzing or what? Is there? I can also turn the gain down in. Yeah, I can turn the gain down here as well. So if the gain going down means you have to turn your volume up, but yeah, are those adjustments that I just made, are they any better? You might have to turn your sound up a little bit, but is there? I mean, is there buzzing? Is there background noise? What are you hearing? What's the? Because I can't hear. Let me turn on my sound on my phone here and see what's going on. Oh yeah, that is bad, isn't it? I hit a button on the mic. I'm not even hearing. Is there? I mean, is there buzzing? Is there background noise? What are you hearing? It's slight static. Okay. Let me turn on my sound on my phone here and see what's going on. I got you. Yeah, I don't think I can fix it, guys. I'm really sorry. That is bad, isn't it? I hit a button on the mic. You got static when I'm not talking. Okay, well, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, that's horrible. That is horrible. I'm really sorry, guys. That is absolutely bad. I don't know what the deal is. All right, well, so much for that. Well, I turned my gain down, and I turned the gain down in Audacity. Hopefully that does a little bit better. Let me know if you can't hear me now, and I'll turn it back up, and then we'll keep going, okay? All right, so anyway, back to what I was saying, guys. Don't think that it's impossible for a move like this to happen. In fact, I'm still seeing that as a strong possibility of a move on the chart like that. Now, the problem is that I don't know if this wave is finished or not. So we need to do some evaluation here on the small time frame. Okay, we need to look on the small time frame and say, okay, what's going on? What's going on there? Okay, good. I turned the gain way down, and you just turn your volume up if you need to hear me better, and hopefully that's a better thing. All right. So with that said, guys, this is still potential, and that would still lend viability to my ABC that I've been calling for since November, guys. I mean, I've been talking about it since November. Okay, so. And we're in the process of moving that up. But this wave right here is starting to bring some suspect to that count. It really is. But I don't want to abandon that count because I think we might be making an odd wave structure here that's just designed to fake us out. And it's a very strong possibility here, guys, that we may get a move here to the upside. The first order of business is let's get a break of this price structure right here. Let's get a break of this to the upside. Now let's just zoom in just a little bit and look at that for a minute, because I'll show you something. It is possible, I'm not certain, but it's possible that this wave right here is an impulse wave and we have a 3-wave pullback. We did not break the low. We didn't break that low. Okay? And so it's on the table, though I'm not loving it, but it's on the table for that to be a 1 and a 2. Okay, it's really possible that that's a 1-2. Okay, and we're getting ready to start. It'll go up and pull back, go up and pull back. You know, It's going to chop its way out of here more than likely, but we will start over the week getting some momentum to the upside, and we could start doing something like that right there, guys. Okay, I know that's ugly as crap, isn't it? But you get the idea. I mean, we know that the market can do something like that, and we have wave counts that say, yeah, that's a possibility. Even though this is super trashy, this small time frame wave structure is super trashy. But if you look at the 4-hour, guys, if you look at the 4-hour, check it out. We have a small time frame trend right here that we've broken to the upside. So this move right here is finished. Okay, we've broken that trend to the upside. More than likely, that 3 waves is complete. That was a unit, and now we're in the middle of making another wave to the upside. Whether it's 3 waves to the upside and then back down, that could be. But we're in the middle of the next wave, which could be 3, or it could be an impulse to the upside 5. We don't know. It could be the beginning of some larger structure. Okay, we understand these things. But the 4 hours saying, hey, we broke into the upside. Secondly, we have a larger time frame trend. If I pull the there, that we're bonking our head on right now. That if we can tonight get some kind of momentum to the upside tonight to break through that sucker, okay, and pull back, okay, that's going to be excellent. That's going to be very bullish for the, or at least a potentially bullish for the market. And so we really want to watch price tonight. This is what you want to be watching for, okay? For which of the Elliott counts you're kind of looking at. You look at the 4-hour chart. That's the chart the big boys play on, okay? Just so you guys know, the 4-hour chart is the key. That's the key chart, okay? You draw that price trend line, and let's see if price can get out of that trend, okay? Here's an even better trend, a closer trend to pay attention to right here, okay? This trend right here. Let's see if price breaks through that. Now, here's the thing. The RSI will often give you a forward look. The momentum has shifted to the bullish side on the 4-hour chart. Depending on how this 4-hour candle closes and the next 4-hour closes, okay, so the next 6.5 hours, okay, the next 6.5 hours are going to be potentially telling for where the wave structure might be taking us for the next day, okay? If we get some bullish closes here in the next 2 green candles that break this trend right there, that's going to be some indication that at least over the next day or so we're going to be bullish, and we're going to be maybe working our way up to the next trend line off of this line and that line. So we want to pay attention to this area as we move up to it, okay? Then we're going to bonk our head on it again. We're going to pull back there, and then that's going to tell the tale. Is that going to be a 3-wave move that then gets rejected and another low is made? Or is this going to break this, close beyond it, pull back and retest it, and continue to the upside? That's really, from a price action standpoint, that's kind of what you're watching for, and that's what you want to be looking for. This wave structure right here could be a sneakily bullish move. Even though this came down really deep, we did not take that low out, and we could have a 1-2 on our hands. And this could be right here the beginnings of another wave to the upside. We get a pullback. We could get another little 1-2 in here over the next day or so, okay? And then we come busting out of here. At some point, we break through these trends, okay? So that's really what you want to be watching for, guys. That's what you want to be looking for. I'm not sure what you mean, Malcolm X. Did I say something that was funky? Let me know. Okay. All right. With that said, that's kind of where we are. But notice the 4-hour momentum we broke into the upside. Okay. The next momentum shift that we want to see right here is that right there. We want to see it break through that momentum, and if it does, if it breaks through that, that's going to be an indication, guys, that this could be a bullish wave to the upside. That we could get, we could be trending up here. Now we're going to talk about what this could be, what the different counts could be. Even if we come up here, does it mean we're going to the moon? No, it doesn't necessarily mean we're going to the moon. I'll talk about the different counts in just a moment. But I just want to kind of show you that, that's kind of where we're sitting right now, and that's what we want to be watching right now. We want to be watching these things. Now, also another level you want to be watching is a break of these waves right here. You want to see if we're going to break to the downside and take another low. Okay, then that's going to be more bearish, and we have bearish targets. We have more bearish targets down the road. Okay, all right. So that's kind of where we are, guys. It's kind of what we're watching for, kind of what we're looking for, and kind of where we are in the chart. Okay. Now, so let's zoom out a little bit here on the 4 hour and just kind of say, okay, what's the wave structure? What is this wave structure telling us, and where could it be taking us? Okay. Now, I've talked to you about the bullish counts up to this point. I've talked to you about the moon boy counts. This could be a 1-2-1-2, though I'm not a big fan of that count much anymore because this has taken so long. I have considered this as a potential wave 4, that we have some kind of a 1 and a 2, and then we got a 1-2 down here. Maybe I can't remember if that broke the low or not. I'm not sure. But let's say this is wave 3. This is a wave 4 that may or may not be finished. And then we get an extended 5th wave, and that wave takes a shape that is similar to this wave in our previous run up. Okay, that we get a wave similar in shape to this one, to that move right there. We're looking for a pretty big move to the upside. Okay, so that's a possibility we want to consider. That would get us up to our 43K target pretty easily, and that's a nice area. Okay, now what else could be happening here? Well, let's consider this as a potential A, B, and the C wave. Let's just say, hey, we got a C wave that finished already right here. There's 5 waves you can count there. You can kind of go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and so you got a potential flat that's finished right there. Now, what do you got going on? Well, maybe, just maybe, this is some crappy X wave. That flat was a W wave of a 3-wave move back to the upside. We got a crappy X wave right here, and now we're in the middle of a zigzag where we got a 5-wave move here. We got a 3-wave pullback. That's not finished. It's still going to come down a little deeper. And then we're going to get another 5-wave move to the upside. And that's going to get us to our 37, 38 to 43K target. Okay? And what that would be is a W, an X, and a Y wave getting up maybe to the 2618 extension. And that would be a WXY correction. Okay? There's a possibility. There's an idea for you. And that has us coming down even lower than we've come, making some lower lows yet on Bitcoin, finishing this wave structure out. And we'll look at that in the different scenarios. But that's a bigger wave structure idea that might be playing. This is just kind of a crappy wave structure where you got a flat, we got a really, really trashy X wave, and now we're getting a zigzag. An A, B, and we're waiting on the C wave once this B wave is finished. Okay, let's talk about the scenarios where, hey, how would this B wave look if that's the case? Okay, let's zoom in and kind of look at this and say, okay, what is that? What is the wave structure? And if this B wave is not done, well, the way I'm currently looking at price is that this is an A wave, this is some kind of a B wave, and I have a C wave right there. Or you can call that, instead of an ABC, you can call that a WXY, okay? In fact, that's probably better to call that a W. We've got an X to here and a Y to there. Something like that. We could even put the X right over here somewhere. All of this is super trash in here. Really challenging wave structure. But you got a W, you got an X, you got a Y. Looks pretty decent, okay? Now what do you got after that? Well, we got a very clear A, B, C wave. I think that's clear. And now all of a sudden you say, okay, and I'm starting to see the wave developing here, okay? starting to see the wave develop. Looking for a Y wave to the bottom. So in other words, we have a W wave. This is our X wave. We're looking for Y to finish. Oh, sorry, I did that incorrect. Let's try that again. And I'll just draw it like this. We got a W. This is X. And now we're looking for Y. Okay, and so how would that play? How would that look? Well, there's a couple of ways this can play out. And this is where it gets a bit tricky. Okay, this is where it gets a little tricky. So let's talk about it here. You have a three-wave move right there. Okay. Now this right here, this move to the upside could be a flat, okay? Could be three waves to the upside. It could be a flat, all right? And now we have another three waves, but the problem with that three waves is not proportional to that. So it makes me believe that, hey, we've got a three up, we get a three down. This is going to turn into a really fast move, a wave very similar to this one. We're starting out kind of choppy and slow, just like that. Okay, right there, just like that. Similar. Okay, and we're going to get a move up like this, and all of a sudden, now we've got an A wave, A. All of this is a B wave, boom, or a WX, and then we get a Y wave. Now, if it comes back 90%, we can get a C wave, we can get a flat, and that takes us down, and that means we got boom, boom, and then boom, okay? So that's a real possibility. And that would play into, and I would expect a potential moonshot to 40K after that if this plays out for us. So there's a count that takes us, that's a wave structure that takes us to the downside a bit deeper, retesting these zones down here, okay? Retesting this area in here. And we'll talk about some targets here in just a minute. But retesting that zone. But the B, it would be the B wave of a zigzag. A, B, and then we'd be looking for a C wave. Okay? We'd be looking for a C wave there. And that would be part, in my opinion, of a larger W, X, and a Y. How are you guys doing with that count, guys? How's that settling on you? What do you think of that idea? I'd love to hear your feedback. So that's a way to handle what's happening here. It's a way to interpret what's happening here. That this is starting to get too big. It's starting to look unfinished, like it needs to go down with more downward momentum. And in fact, it might have to finish. But we might get a pump first before a dump. And we might get a pump into the Fed news on Wednesday. So over the next couple of days, we get a pump into the Fed news on Wednesday. And maybe on Thursday, we start dumping. And so over the next couple of weeks, we find a bottom. And maybe in July, August timeframe, we start pumping into September, October timeframe. Potentially back to the may happen faster. It might be August, end of July and August. And we start pumping pretty fast, preparing for a September fourth quarter dive to the downside, looking for the larger time frame Y wave that's going to take us down to a potential $4,000 Bitcoin sometime either in the year 2024 or 2025, potentially. Okay? Now, we got time to look at that. We got time to wait, but that's a potential scenario that I see maybe happening this week. Be interested to know your thoughts on that wave count. And if anybody else is positing some similar idea out there. Okay? So looking at the small time frame, 30 minutes, 15 minutes here, what I'm suggesting is that we have a flat on our hands right here, where you have an A wave right there. There's three. We got a B wave here. And this is the beginning of an impulse wave, C wave, that will probably not break this top. But it could if it wanted to. Okay? But come up here, retest 90%, and then we could get a dump, a dumpy dump after that. And that would be a larger A, B, C, get us down to those lower targets, okay? And if we zoom out a little bit, that would be the Y wave of a larger W, X, and a Y. Something like that. How are we doing? Are we somebody put something in the chat because I'm not sure. Want to make sure that we're still doing okay. I'm not seeing any new chats on my phone, so let me see if I can refresh the chat here. Live chat has moved. Sorry guys, hold on one second. Just checking to see where we are here. Let me go here. How we doing? We're still live. Are we still looking good? Still got a good stream rocking. I guess we're doing okay. Anybody out there can put a comment in the chat. Let me know because I haven't seen a comment in quite a bit. So, oh, okay, we're still rocking. Okay, good. Thank you. I'm just not confident right now. I'm not confident in what's going on here. So, all right. Well, there we go, guys. There it is. Let me just look at the small time frame stuff here. Okay, so that is a beginning to be my main target right now, my main idea. Okay, that's beginning to be my main idea. That 1-2-1-2 count that I've been talking about, I'm slowly abandoning it. I'm about 50% now. Abandoned that thing, and if we go down and hit some lower targets, I'm just not gonna. I don't even like it now. If we go up from where we are, if we go up now and we start breaking levels and we start going up fast and furious, then I'm gonna say, hey, it's still on the table. But until then, guys, I'm just having a hard time with it. All right. So with that Bitcoin analysis, guys. With that Bitcoin analysis, let's go ahead and just look at the rest of the market. Let's get an overview of the rest of the market and see what we might have. But this is my primary count right now. Based on what I'm seeing, I'm looking to see if this flat is going to play out. Otherwise, I'm looking for this to continue to roll over and make lower lows. So watch for a break of this low with retests and continuations to the downside. That's going to present a much more bearish scenario, okay? If we continue diving from here, okay? But if we come up in 5 waves, that's going to look pretty corrective. So let's see if that scenario plays out, okay? All right, let's look at Ethereum, just kind of analyze the wave structure on Ethereum and see what that's doing, and then we'll go from there. Now, I'm seeing the same possibility here, seeing the same possibility for that flat that I was just talking about in on Bitcoin, okay? But it's going to be a larger structure if I'm correct. So I'm looking at this saying, okay, I've got some kind of an A, B, and a C wave right there. That looks pretty decent, okay? Then I have kind of a clear A, B, and a C wave right there. Okay, so okay, I got that good. And now you kind of see this as a W, an X, and a Y wave right in there, but that's not proportional to these waves. So it makes me think, it's not proportional. This is probably part of a larger flat that we're going to get a move to the upside that's going to come take these highs out. But if that's the case, guys, then once that's finished, Even if we come and retest the high up here, then we might come down for a deeper wave, A, B, and C, like that. We might roll. So if we come up here and retest, we could come on down, okay, and that would be, that would be a deeper correction. But I would be looking for, let's see, how would that play? We could be playing in a diagonal with Ethereum, okay? So we could be dealing with an ending diag with Ethereum because we got an A wave here, we got a B wave, and it doesn't, to me, I don't think the C wave is proportional, but it could be, but I don't think so. Let's put C up here somewhere, and let's go to the higher time frame and say, okay, what do we got here? What do we got? Well, we could have 3, 3, 3, 3, and then we get a big 3 up here, and that becomes an ending diag. Okay, where it's an expanding diag, we pull the line like this, like that, and we're looking for targets up here somewhere. And again, that kind of correlates with the fifth wave that I was talking about for BTC. It kind of correlates with that idea. Okay, so we might get a 3-wave move that looks similar to this here. Coming to retest this trend line down here, and then to bounce back up, and that would be a big 3-wave move. Okay, that would be followed by later down the road, somewhere at the end of the year, a dump. Okay, and that would be the Y wave. We would get 3 waves to the downside. Okay, on the much higher time frame. And we'd look at this as a W. There's an X wave. Look for a Y. Retesting this low. Okay. And then somewhere in 2025 we go. But that gives us this choppy thing, to this wave in the middle here to the upside. That's at least an idea. It's an idea. It's on the table. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing, IWO. I'm thinking the same thing. But I'd like to see a pump up to that 43K range first. I really want to see that move. I'm not sure how we're going to get up there, but I think we're going there. I'm not exactly sure how we're getting there. I've offered some ideas tonight. But so that's a look at Ethereum, at least an idea that you might consider. So I'd be looking for, again, this wave to play to the upside somehow, okay, and be a 3-wave move, and then we'd come down, and then we go again, okay. So looking for this to play. Let's see if that plays on Ethereum. I like that idea. Yeah, it'll crypto Sheringham. It would start this year, and it would take quite a while for price to get back down to 4,000. We would be in a bear market for quite a while, and the rest of the world the rest of the markets would also be dumping as well. Okay, let's take a peek at XRP, because I'm looking at XRP as well, and I'm like, man, XRP looks super bullish to me. But again, can it come down first before we go up? Sure it can. Sure it can. But if you look at XRP, we're getting these peaks here, very similar to boom, boom, and then boom, right? Boom and boom, and here we go. Come on, let's go. So I'm kind of bullish on XRP, guys. I really am. Looking for maybe this thing to start taking off soon, to get a move to the upside. Very similar to the way it moves in prior times. But we got to watch out that we don't get something like this and then a big dump and then a big pump like that. Watch out for stuff like that, because XRP loves to do shakeouts like that. Loves shakeouts like that. But this price action right here is looking upward in its trajectory. We're starting to turn a corner, and it has a potential of a parabolic move, maybe this week or next. Okay, this week could be a big week because we got a lot going on we got a lot of financial news happening this week. Particularly the Fed is going to announce their rates on Wednesday. So, we got a big deal happening on Wednesday. So we got big stuff going on Wednesday. So let's pay attention to that, okay? But XRP, as I look at it, it just looks bullish. Now, can it come down? If it starts coming down like this, I'm going to be like, yeah, that still looks bullish. Even if this comes down here first, that still looks bullish. But it's going to take longer for this thing to go. So I'd like to see this kind of go now. But if this pulls back and gives us a third wave to the downside to retest this low here before it starts rounding to the upside, that's fine. It could do that. That'd be no problem. Okay, so that's the question. Is this going to turn into a move to the downside where we get 3 waves here and then we roll to the upside? Maybe that's exactly the way it plays. Okay, or is this thing going to start getting parabolic on us this week? Okay, or this week and next week? Maybe too. But anyway, the long and the short of it, I would say from a macro standpoint, this looks to the upside. Now look how volatile and up and down this was as it went up. So you have to watch out for big drops and then big dumps and pumps in XRP. That's a real deal in XRP, but nevertheless, that's, I would say, the general direction of price is going to be up over the next year. Okay, so that's the way I'm thinking about XRP. Obviously, if we get a break of, draw this trend line right here. If we break that to the downside, if we start coming down here and we break this low, that's going to be very bearish. Okay, that's going to be, that's going to negate what I'm seeing here. So again, if price begins to come down here and continues trending to the downside, hitting this trend line and rolls over on it, that's going to negate what this structure that I'm seeing here. And certainly they can do that if they want to. I can't predict the future. I can just tell you what wave structure looks like and what it can produce. Okay. Now ADA has been a thorn in my side, and it hit this week, guys. We broke this trend that I did not want to break. We broke it here, and we broke it to the downside, and it's come down. But look how it came down. I find this very interesting. It came down in 3 waves. Okay, so that's pretty interesting. We could be making a very large flat here. Again, we got 3 waves taking out the low. We could go up for a flat, and this could be some kind of an X wave or a B wave or a 4th wave to the downside before we get our final move down. When you see ADA finally capitulate, this might be just a little bit of a pump here before ADA capitulates, gets the final low, back down to original prices here, almost zero, before we maybe in 2025. Now I've drawn that arrow straight down. This might take a lot longer to play out, right? In fact, that may be exactly the way it plays. We go up, 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 back to this level, bonk our head, and then we just start working our way down. And it takes over the next year or two, okay, right? And then we start working our way back to the upside. Okay, and that's if ADA is going to last, or if is ADA going to tank? Is it going to fail as a crypto? We don't know. It's not guaranteed. Okay. All right, so that's ADA for you. XRP. Let's look at the DXY. I'm looking at the DXY, thinking, guys, man, let's see this thing roll over and come down. I like this on the daily chart. To the downside, I really do. I'm bearish on the DXY. But that doesn't mean it can't go up. I'm just looking at this as a 1-2. Looking at that as 3, 4, and now give me this wave down like this. I want to see this move. I want to see this just roll over and come on down. You can see that we've on the daily we've broken to the downside here, guys. We have broken down. I'd like to see this continue its trend to the downside. DXY going down here, back down to $92, $93 before we find some real rally after that. Okay, if we get a rally at all. I'm bearish on the DXY. I know this is looking like it's rallying. I think I think this is rolling over. I think this is a 3-wave move, and this is going to roll over. Much like this wave right here, just a little bit bigger. We got to move down. We came back up. It rolled over. Okay, same thing here. We got to move up. Okay, we got an initial move down, a move up, and it rolled over. Okay, we got to move down, a move up. Now it's rolling over. Okay, so I'm bearish on the DXY. I'm bullish on the markets. I really am, because I think we have to hit those targets to the upside. I think that's where we're going. S&P is looking bullish, guys. Okay, S&P is looking. Here's the S&P. I've been calling for up for a bit now. We've been following this wave structure here. This is looks like we're coming up here to finish this C wave at some point. So the trend is to the upside until this wave is finished. Okay, where might it find its finish? Let's pull the fibs and see where we might finish. The 1-to-1 is sitting at 44.24. Okay, that 1-to-1 correlates with a 618 retrace. Okay, so that's not a bad target, 44.24. Okay, but that doesn't. If S&P is short like that to the upside, that means a lot more bearish Bitcoin that I'm expecting, unless Bitcoin shoots up quickly. Okay, and so this may take a while. This may go up a lot slower, and if it goes up slower, trends up slow, and it could go higher. Well, it could get to the 786 retrace or the 1414 extension. So it might go up a little bit higher here. If that does, that'd be great. But eventually, after somewhere around September time frame, I'd be looking for a dump. Okay, a dump back down, and I'd be expecting that this was the first move, boom. This was the second move, back to the upside, and then we dump here. Okay, we dump hard, and that's when all hell breaks loose in the United States and in the world. War may be breaking out, who knows? But that's going to correlate with some bad stuff happening in the markets, guys. Bad stuff coming, guys. There are bad stuff. So I see the pump that we're about to get in the crypto world and in the regular markets, guys. I see a pump coming. I just don't know when and how exactly, but I see it coming. It's, in my opinion, going to be your opportunity to offload. Don't get caught up in the bullishness and following that market. Don't get caught up in it, but use that opportunity to sell your commodities, because there's something, there's bad stuff coming around the corner in the markets. We got major crashing of the markets coming, guys. It's coming to a chart near you, and it's probably going to be this year, towards the end of the year. So get ready for it, guys. Get ready. Okay? All right. So there you go. There you go. All right. So let's prepare for that guy. All right. Let's look at Tesla. Tesla's pumping, guys. It's looking good. We got a potential one. We'll look at this wave a little bit. We'll zoom out just a little bit. Got a potential 5-wave move and a WXY to the downside. This could be part of a larger complex correction, or this is all the correction we're getting, and we're getting ready to start. We're going to pull back and then start trending to the upside big time. Tesla might take off, okay? And I would have an easy target at $800, easy. The target, if this is a 1-2, the target for Tesla would easily get to $800 in the next year or two, okay? So that's, to me, it's a great investment potential. Now, I was calling for this buy down here when this was making 3 waves. I called for the buy in a video. You can go back and look at that on my channel, okay? I see Tesla pulling back here over the next month or two in particular, and a potential pump. But if it doesn't, and it continues to, if it just gives us a little pullback and continues to pump, we could have an X wave on our hands, which would be followed by a deeper correction here. I've got it going down to 0, but that wouldn't be the case. But it would get back down to this level, these levels down here, before going back up again. And so that would be a big 1-2. And then somewhere in 2024 into 2025, we would look for the market to start rebounding and correcting. So again, I'm seeing 2023, the end of 2023, as a potential beginning of sorrows going into 2024, but maybe the end of 2024, end of 2020, and the beginning of 2025 might be the beginning of recovery. Okay, so we'll see how that plays out over the next year or two. Lord willing, I'll still be with you doing Sunday night charts, but who knows what the world is going to bring us in that time frame. Okay? All right, guys. I tell you what, I'm going to just go ahead and do AVAX because Molly asked for it, so I'll do AVAX, and then I will do just a couple of Forex charts or stock markets, but I don't want to look at any. Unless I don't want to look at any more crypto. I feel like I've given you a good sense for the crypto market, looking at all the charts tonight. But I wouldn't mind looking at some stocks with you, if you would like to. But I'll look at AVAX here because I was requested, and then we'll call it a night here, guys. And I'm just gonna rest. And I've been in the hospital all day with my dad, and I came home tonight. He's sleeping, and I'll go back and see him in the morning. But I wanted to be here with you guys tonight, as always. So thank you guys for being patient with the microphone as you have been. So, all right, let's look at AVAX here. Let's get off of this one. Let's go to ADA. Boom. All right. Oh, look at AVAX breaking that low. Okay, so AVAX is kind of giving you that sense of, hey, I got a three-wave, I got a running flat here, potential, right here. Maybe there's a running flat, but maybe not. Maybe this is, but that low got broken. So we could have a flat right here, 3, and we got 3 down, maybe there. And now we get 5 up. That might be a potential. Unless this just gives some kind of a 3-wave pullback, and this is an ending diag right here when we get lower lows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that, which that's a real possibility as well. So watch out for an ending diag working here. That's a potential. That is. But we also might have a flat here on that. So. So there's a count there that takes you up, but then it takes you down. Okay. All right. Or this is an ending diag. Okay. And then once that's finished, should get a reversal. That's assuming AVAX lasts as a crypto. You're not guaranteed AVAX to last. AVAX may not last as a crypto. It may be. I think there's a time coming where the trash coins and the coins that don't have utility, they're going to be destroyed. So you got to keep in mind that 0 is a possibility here. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. I'm not seeing any requests here, so we're going to call it a night. Thanks for joining me, guys. I appreciate it. I hope you guys had a good time tonight. I did, and thanks for being patient. But y'all have a great night. It was good to be with you. Thanks, IWO, IWO. I don't know how to say your name, but thank you for the best wishes there on my dad. Thank you guys for praying for my dad. And thanks for being understanding. Y'all have a fantastic night.